Hi Skylar, how are you? My name's Angela. I'm going to be your nurse for today. I'm just doing some hand hygiene. So today I have gotten notice from the doctor that you have an order for a Foley insertion. Does that sound okay to you? Okay, great. So I will simultaneously be talking to you and instructing how to insert a Foley. So first things first, I did my hand hygiene. We're going to make sure the room is set up properly. So we have our adequate lighting. I have a garbage can to me on my left side down here, and I'm going to lift the bed, or I'm going to raise the bed to my height, just a little bit, because I'm a bit shorter. But so first we're going to assess our Foley kit. I'm going to make sure I have everything I need. So we have our catheter, drainage bag, sterile gloves, lubricant jelly. We have our iodine swabs, our 10 milliliter syringe, underpad, fenestrated drape, specimen container, tray, and a wrap. And for the purpose of this video, I have my own size sterile gloves to swap out. We have alcohol swabs to swap out for the iodine for the purpose of the mannequin. And we have this little cup of lubricant instead of the lubricant syringe in the pack. But that's just for the purpose of this video. So I'm going to rip it. And actually, before we even do this, I want to position you properly. So do you mind if I lift up your gown? Okay. And I'm going to help you position your legs. Let's put your knees up. Okay, feet apart. And you'll have a better view once I put this down, but essentially that's how we want her to be. Then we take our kit after I've assessed it. And so we have, I'm going to put it by her feet. So first we're going to reach away. Then side to side so that I'm not reaching over a sterile field. Okay. And back towards me. And I'm actually just going to switch this around. I'm going to just pinch the top to get my sterile gloves out. And here's where I would be opening them, but I'm actually switching up the size. So we're gonna open up sterile gloves. All right, so I'm going to grab it by the cuff because it's non-sterile. It'll be touching my skin and the under part. Okay, not gonna mess with the cuffs. I'm gonna take, because these are sterile, I'm gonna go under the cuff. All right. Okay, not gonna mess with the cuffs, just gonna leave them like that. All right, next, I'm just gonna get this out of the way, but I did not touch anything other than the inside of that paper for the gloves. All right, so now everything is completely sterile. I have this drape that is going to go under her butt. And actually I can touch it all over because it is sterile, but I will be covering up my hand or my gloves so that I'm not breaking that sterile field, and I'm just gonna tuck it under her. So I would ask her, can you please lift up your butt just a little bit? Good. And I do not touch her, I only put it under her like that. Next, we have this fenestrated drape, which means that it has that opening to just expose the perineal area. And so we're just gonna go like this. Just touching the inside like that. Okay, next I have this tray with supplies on it. I'm actually going to move the tray to the side, still just over the sterile field, and I'm swapping out these iodine swabs for the alcohol swabs. just for the purpose of this video, as well as put the cup of lubricant in the tray. Okay, so now I'm just gonna set up a couple things. I'm gonna take this package. I'm just gonna take all 3 swabs out at the same time. Just drop them on my tray. I'm going to take the tip of the catheter, and I'm just going to take this off very carefully so that it's not swinging all around and breaking sterile field. So now that I have the tip of the catheter exposed, I'm going to put some lubricant on it, just a couple inches. And I'm just gonna go ahead and put this right back into its tray. So another thing I have in this tray is sterile water in a syringe. We're going to empty this and refill it with air. Okay, so now 10 milliliters of air. And what this is for is it's going to attach to where the balloon should be. And I'm being very careful not to break my sterile field over here. We're just going to attach it there. All right. So now that we've got everything set up, I'm going to use my non-dominant hand to spread the labia. So now my right hand is no longer sterile, but my left hand still is. So we're gonna start some cleaning. So I'm going to take one of the iodine swabs and swab the labia furthest from me. So the left side would be furthest from me, or her right technically. I would just toss it. Take your second swab. Swab the side closest to you, just one strip down, and toss it. Last stick just goes right down the middle. All the way down, and toss it. I'm not going to take my hand off of the labia since it is now not sterile anymore, so I'm going to use my sterile hand and grab the tip of the catheter. So now we're going to start our insertion. So Skylar, I want you to take some slow, deep breaths while I insert this. Okay? Slow, deep breaths. Okay, I'm not feeling any resistance, so I'm also seeing some urine return. So once you see that urine return, you're gonna go in about 2 to 3 inches further. Okay, and now I'm going to hold on to the catheter with my non-dominant hand. I'm going to take my dominant hand that's sterile, and I'm going to plunge that air, the 10 milliliters of air, into that balloon. Okay. All right, and now it's inserted. Do you feel any pain at all? No? Okay, great. So now we can go ahead and take the fenestrated plate. We can take the rest of the catheter. And normally we would attach this part, just give it a little bit of space, put it on her inner thigh, and we would tape it there so that it's not tugging around when she's switching positions. Okay. And normally we would put this catheter bag on a part of the bed that does not move, so when we raise and lower her bed, it's not pulling either. For the purpose of this video, I'm just putting it right here on the side. Okay. And now I would just clean up my area. Take the stripe. I would lower your legs and cover you back up. I'm just going to go ahead and lower this bed for you. First, I gotta take off my gloves and perform some hand hygiene. Now I'm just gonna lower your bed. Is there anything else I can get for you today, Skylar? Okay, great. Thank you so much.
So I am verbalizing that